This is going to be covering the best possible one-shot team for people who do not have Robin. Maybe if you're just watching this in the future after Robin banner, or you're completely broke and you can't roll her, you can roll with this. It does require Charlotte, who is another 5-star unit. New players playing Path of Air might have just randomly rolled her. She is usable here. If you don't have Charlotte, I'll have a video up for that tomorrow. Just an alternative team that doesn't use Charlotte, which can also one-shot. It's just RNG. I would say this team is a lot more consistent. Anyways, for the Rift Controller forms, first one, burn damage. That's the only one we can use. Second one, we've got Charlotte. This will increase her damage a little bit. It's not super relevant because Charlotte is only doing about a quarter of our damage, but damage is damage and we can't use the other forms anyways. For the third row, it's the middle one, and the fourth row is the right one. Both of these are just devices designed for a duo team. 2 or less allies, you get greater attack buff and vampirism undispellable, so you permanently have it. And you also, well, you decrease the count to force by 10, which means you have only 30 turns to kill the boss, but you max out the shackle instantly to 6, and also every single time Charlotte uses an AoE, you extend burn effects on the target by 1 turn, ignoring Ephra's, so you don't need any effectiveness on your Charlotte, but you'll be able to extend Carrot's burns, which are going to end up doing a lot of damage. We can take a look at their stats real quick. This is on my alt account, so the gear definitely could be a lot better. Let's start off with Carrot. So for Carrot, first off, I don't even have an SSS Carrot on this account. I'm missing 36 attack, so that is somewhat relevant. You do want to self-imprint, it's just she is doing the vast majority of the damage. For her artifact, if you have Frantic Flight, you should use it. It's going to give more attack than this, even Severed Horn Wand or something. I'm just using Warhorn for accessibility purposes, though it's only plus 15, ideally this would be plus 30. It'd give you more flat attack, and also an extra 2.5% for 10% total at plus 30. For gear though, you do want a good amount of attack, especially because you're going to be subject to a lot of RNG during this run, since all of your damage is burned. If you get resisted, you lose out on damage. The more attack you have, the better. You do want at least 105 effectiveness though, and then for her speed, it's not super tight, but I think around this range is nice. You do want her to be able to end the fight with an S1. You can see the individual gear pieces here. I think these 3 I crafted, though I don't need this much effectiveness. Like, I could remove all of the effectiveness here. I have a much better sword actually, which I'll show in a bit, that I could use because we only need 105 effectiveness. These boots are from Path of Air, and this is from the Showdown thing, but crafting attack set is kind of grief. I would just use the Path of Air boots and then just use some random left sides, whatever you have. Like I mentioned, I do have a better sword for her. This is not my best possible attack set. It's just because I could do this, an extra 200 attack. Like, this would be my best possible attack set. I'm just choosing to not use it to show the lower damage version still one-shots. So of course you would want to be higher attack if you can, just to cover more 15%. Now for Charlotte. Her EE does not matter. I just use this for the HP, but she doesn't even need the HP at this point. Artifact, I'm just using Victoria's Flag. I think any damage boosting artifact works fine. And then you could also even consider giving her Warhorn to boost Carrot's damage even more. I don't think it really matters that much. The gear is just max out her attack and crit damage with a good amount of speed. I would also aim for around the speed range because Charlotte is our primary AoE and we do still need to remove the authorities. Plus, her being a little bit faster lets her extend more burns. This is her gear here. This crit chance is completely useless. I don't have a lot of high attack pieces on this account, unfortunately. So we are right up at the crit damage cap. And then this is even just, this is my highest attack boots. Very depressing, but yeah, just give her as much attack and crit damage as you can with a decent amount of speed. You can try to aim for around my speed if you want to copy my tunings. And then, I should mention one more thing about Charlotte, is I have her in Grace of Growth for plus 15. She does not need that for Rift. She needs this. It's just, I don't even, like, I think if your Carrot is high enough damage, you probably don't even need to mull a Charlotte S1. But if you find yourself lacking consistency, you can mold her S1. I'll be running her skills off just to show that you don't need her S3 enhanced at all, even though S3 is more damage. But let's get into the run and see how it goes.
상황을 보아하니 제가 이길 가능성이 높습니다. 무례하구나. 당신에 대한 분석은 모두 끝냈습니다. 상황을 보아하니 제가 이길 가능성이 높습니다. 특별히 고안하는 대책을 보여드리죠. 상황을 보아하니 제가 이길 가능성이 높습니다.
So that's the clear. It was a little bit close at the end, though we did get resisted a decent amount. The resists are going to happen. That's just life with a debuff reliant comp. And like I mentioned, I did intentionally nerf some of the stuff. This isn't my best possible attack set gear on Carrot. And also, I'm using a plus 15 Warhorn. It's not plus 30, plus 30 would be better. And also, I have a plus 30 Frantic Flight, I'm just not using it for accessibility purposes. Charlotte's Victorious Flag is also plus 15. I could plus 30 it, but I left it plus 15. Same thing here, it's you can just see, like, the vast majority of the damage is coming from Carrot. So Carrot is the most important unit. Charlotte is only doing about a quarter of the damage, though. Increasing her damage would also help. So this is pretty much like... It's nice that we can two-man, even if it's not super consistent on super early gear. Definitely with better gear, it would be pretty consistent. You'd have to have, like, really bad RNG, miss every single burn kind of bad RNG to not clear. But that's it for this two-man one-shot team, and I'll see you guys next time.